Good morning, everyone. David Long here from the Ministry 10 Good Men. And I'm here in front of an abortion clinic in Durham, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, another Planned Parenthood. And right out in front of a bunch of active traffic, and I might get some fun interference, positive or negative, we'll see, I guess. And the theme of this is an Operation Ground Zero update. The theme today is Pastors, Go Now. Pastors, Go Now. So Operation Ground Zero is a campaign designed to mobilize 700 Christian men, one for every abortion center in America, one to come and pray as a point man in front of the abortion center, and then to recruit 9 men to join him so that there's a minimum of 10 men praying at every abortion center in America. By the way, 10 times 7 will be 7,000. So that's our goal, is to mobilize 700 men to pray, one at every abortion clinic in America. And this is an abortion clinic in Raleigh, Durham, actually the Durham side of the metro area, a Planned Parenthood killing center. The message, the theme today is Pastors Go Now. Pastors Go Now. You say, David, I'm not a pastor, so should I listen to this video? I'm not a pastor. Well, absolutely. Here's what I'd like to ask you to do, is to listen to the entire thing and then send this video to your pastor and ask him to listen to it in its entirety. So this challenge is to pastors, and I want to just, a pastor asked me the other day, David, I like your campaign idea. I think it will get traction. I think men will respond. How can I help you? And my response to him was, first, pastor, go pray at the abortion center today. Go right now and pray there. Go right now. Go now. And he said, right now? I don't even know where the abortion center nearest me is. And I said, well, first of all, isn't that the point? They're killing people in America, and the pastor of a local church doesn't even know where this is taking place or what's going on. So I said, go right now. I said, go over to your computer, go to your phone, Google abortion center closest to me, abortion clinic closest to me, find where it is, and go there right now, park your car, and go pray for an hour. And a number of things will happen. Number one, you'll immediately sort of get it in the spirit. I hope you do anyhow. You'll get it in the spirit that, wow, 47 years, how could I have not been more urgent? How could I have not been more alarmed at the fact that they're really killing people inside this center? And then one of the next things that will happen in your heart is you'll say, I need to do this, and I need to do more than this. And that's exactly what I'm looking for in this campaign, is for men to pray an hour at their local abortion center and to be pricked in their conscience. Yes, I can do this, but I can do more than this, and I need to do more than this. And you say, well, David, I'm a very busy pastor. You don't understand. We've got 3 campuses. I got the main campus. I don't know how you could find time. So I want to remind you of a story in the Bible called the Good Samaritan. And you know the story. Maybe you've even preached it before. But in this context, I want you to hear this story. So one of the religious rulers, one of the ones who was an expert in Mosaic law, said to challenge Jesus and said, what do I got to do to be righteous? And Jesus said, well, what does the law say? Because he was an expert in the law. So what does the law say? And he said, well, love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And he said, well, do that and you're good to go. But the Bible says, wishing to justify himself, in other words, he wasn't really loving his neighbor, and he knew it. Wishing to justify himself, and he said, who is my neighbor? And that's when Jesus told the parable of the Good Samaritan. And you know the story. The priest and the Levite. So a man was traveling on the road, and he got robbed and left for dead, bleeding and dying in the ditch. And the religious leaders passed by on the other side of the road. Why did they pass by on the other side of the road? Well, they say, well, I don't have a ditch-saving ministry. That's not my calling. Or I'm very busy. I've got a sermon to preach in 20 minutes. I've got this important class that I'm teaching here. I can't stop now to do this. And so they passed by on the other side of the road. And you know the rest of the story. The Good Samaritan, who also did not have a ditch-saving ministry, stopped and took care of the issue. In the book of James 1:27, James sums up very well what true religion is. It says, true religion undefiled before the Father and God is this, that we would visit the widows and the orphans in their affliction. Well, Pastor, there's no greater widow or orphan in America than the woman and her baby coming into an abortion clinic. She doesn't have the protection, provision, and love of her husband, and the baby doesn't have the protection and provision and love of his or her father. So this is the place. You want to practice true religion? Come to the abortion center. They're killing children here, and this is where we need to be. So my challenge is, first, come, pray an hour, and sign up to pray an hour. You could be the point man for your local abortion center. You can certainly be the best point man. You recruit from the pulpit, we'll have 10 for that center, and no problem, in a hurry to it. But also, preach from the pulpit. Have me in. Show these videos in the pulpit on Sunday morning. Yes, on Sunday morning. But at all other considerations, please, Pastor, go now. You say, well, David, it's the middle of the night. I happen to catch your video in the middle of the night. It's a crazy video. Why would I go now? They're not doing abortions now. You know what? The demonic realm behind this, the pulling down of strongholds, those demons, they never sleep. They're there 24/7. And your prayer tonight, in the middle of the night at an abortion center, could cause the binding and the restricting and the pushing back of the gates of hell in such a way that maybe a woman tomorrow changes her mind. Maybe a clinic worker changes her mind. Do you know that 100 abortion centers in this nation have been closed by prayer? We need to close the other 700. Do we need legislation? Do we need Roe v. Wade overturned? Absolutely, of course we do. But they're dying right now. We've been waiting for 47 years for political change, and it hasn't come yet. It will, but it will only come if we stand here. So, Pastor, I plead with you. Lead your men to the local abortion center. Do it. Go right now. This is David Long from Durham, North Carolina, of 10 Good Men. Thanks for listening. God bless.